Who would be the starting goaltender for Canada if it happened today? Because that, to me, seems to be the position that is most up for grabs. Please don't say Carey Price.
I think Binnington. And look, it's not a slam dunk. Like, I'm not saying he has to be it, or, I'm not putting my career on that one, but I think he's actually played pretty well. He's got the Stanley Cup experience. Doug Armstrong has, comfort with him, knows him from St. Louis, and is putting together the Canadian team. Roberto Luongo's also got a say in this, of course. It might be Price, though, to be honest, as much as it might be.
It can't be. You can't take an 888 goaltender and go, yeah, he's going to be the Team Canada guy. Carey Price hasn't been good for a couple of years now. Can we fully admit that?
We can, but the myth of Carey Price lives on. Like the way players talk about him, the way GMs like he gets tremendous respect still. So I wouldn't rule him out. And then what are the other two choices? Mackenzie Blackwood or Carter Hart? Probably. Carter Hart's, had a bit of a step back lately. So I think it'll be some version of those three goalies. Like, to me, it's probably Price, Binnington, and one of Blackwood or Hart is my guess.
Wow. That's crazy. I don't love it. Gotta be honest.
Well, who else do you want? I mean, do you want Vasilevsky to play for Canada or what?
Yes. Yeah, I do. Yeah, is that an option? You know what? Here's the thing. When Canada gets too into its own mythology about players, they end up like they did, and I think it was the 2006 Olympics. When Crosby, they're like, no, you're too young. Let's take the old guys. Busted. It was like you looked at the lineup, busted. No knee, no shoulder, no hip, and they stunk. And I worry that Canada's going to get into that because we got a little bit of this whole COVID thing, and we're not looking at things in its reality. We're looking at it in a COVID reality. And I feel like from a situational standpoint, I'm a little concerned about these guys looking at, well, what was this player pre-COVID? Well, who cares? It matters now. And I don't know that this management group's going to do that. And I think you have to look at how players performed in the bubble. And I think you have to look at how players performed this year. Otherwise, I think you're grabbing players from 2 years ago. And I don't think that that's a recipe for success.
It's all fair points. I think what's interesting here is that the management team has actually said out loud in the media, we're not basically beholden to anyone anymore because we didn't go in 2018. Like, I think they don't feel there has to be this sense of loyalty at any position, because look, Canada's men won in 2010 and 2014. And so just for argument's sake, if it was best on best and they won again in 2018, and let's say like Drew Doughty's on that defense again, just to pick a name, there might be a lot more push for them to be like, Drew Doughty's helped us win 3 straight Olympic gold medals. Like, it'd be hard to leave him off now. And he keeps talking about how he should be on the team.
But that's the job. That's the job.
Right. But
I think anymore.
But I'm excited, not excited. And it's nothing about Drew, to be clear. No, it's just, I like that they don't have those, they've said out loud, like there's like, they're ripping off all the, thanks for what you've done, but that's past tense. And I think they're really going to have a team with a lot of new blood and new energy. So maybe that is the one part that doesn't hold up when I'm saying Carey Price is going to have one of the 3 goaltending spots. Maybe he's included in that. I just, we don't have a lot of great goaltenders from Canada. Like like at that level, at the top of the world and at the position, it doesn't exist right now.
Mm-hmm. Is McDavid's line the first line, or is Crosby's line the first line?
McDavid's.
McDavid's? Okay.
Well, I have McKinnon, McDavid, Marner as my top line.
Whoa.
Yes, that's how I had it too.
Wow. Wow. Oh, man.
Oh, that's...
No, I have no idea if they're going to do that, but I think that's a great top line. And then I think you come back with Marchand and Bergeron and Crosby. And then obviously that's not as offensively dangerous, but they'll just have the puck the whole time. Like, good luck playing with it. They'll cycle the hell out of you. And then I think your third line, like this is where when you're building these lists, I think there's more room for debate. Not to say there isn't debate. Some people might not have Marner, I guess, on the top line. That was my choice. But then, like, I think you got Braden Point in there. It depends what you like. Like Matthew Barzal, you got, if you want old guys, Scheifele, you got Stamkos. I think John Tavares will probably be a 4th liner on this team. Like, it will be a silly team, I think. Like especially at at offense. I mean, the blue line is where it gets a little bit. There's way more room for debate because of like? What's that?
Who do you like?
Well, I would go with Pietrangelo and Shea Weber or Shea Theodore, pardon me, because they got the Vegas thing. I think you got to have Dougie Hamilton there.
Mm-hmm.
Cale Makar.
And then Shabbat and Riley, like, do they both go one or the other? I think Bo Byram might be in the mix. Honestly, I know he's only just played, whatever it is, 30 NHL games or less at this point. Like, that's where I mean. It's not – I just think that, I think Aaron Ekblad could be in the mix too. The question is, does Shea Weber get there? Like, I'm looking at the guys who've been there. Does Drew Doughty get there? Like, for me, they don't. But maybe, that it'll be interesting. Like, the blue line for Canada used to be almost a lock because every year, if you look at 10 and 14, like, you had Doughty and Weber and all these guys were just the mainstays. Niedermayer prior to that. But now it's being turned over, and I think there's the most room for debate among that group.
Interesting.
I love that. I love that conversation. Just who should make the team?
I'll say it right now. If the Americans don't win gold medal, it's going to be a disappointment. That is going to. Oh yeah, the Americans are going to win.
Are you buying an American sweater or what?
I'm half American, so I can play both sides of the fence.
Adam.
But
what do they look like?
What do the American jerseys look like?
No, the team. What does the team look like?
What do you mean?
In your opinion?
Well,
starts with a J. For the love of God, say the word.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The Americans will be a juggernaut.
Yes! Yes, he said it. I love it. All right, this clip is going up on Chris's Twitter, and we're going to sell it on blockchain, right, Chris?
Well, I don't know how you can come to any other conclusion.
Yeah, we did it, Canada. Team USA will be a juggernaut.
Wow!
At the 2022 Olympics.
There you go.
I love it. Oh, that's
John
cool.
Gibson, Connor Hellebuck.
Oof, that's good.
Austin Matthews of your Toronto Maple Leafs, Adam Wilde, Steve Dangle.
God.
Not you, Jesse.
Johnny Goodrow, Patrick Kane.
That's good.
Oof.
The Kachuk brothers on the third line, probably just annoying the hell out of everyone. That's a juggernaut.
Violating every Olympic rule.
The USA
juggernaut.
Great. They got to put USA and Russia in the same division just to see the U.S. I think
the groups are set. I don't have them in front of me, but the groups are actually set.
Oh, are they? Okay. All right. Olympics. Let's see if we can look about. Anyway,
we were all about
whatever. Doesn't matter. We can have this conversation 40 times before then. Chris Johnston, thank you so much for joining us today. We do appreciate that.
No problem. But you got the last plug. You got to get that tweet bought.
Okay.
Because where's the money going?
Well, it's going to Conquer COVID-19 charity. It's not going to my pocket. Don't worry. That's not the driving force here. But I'm fascinated by blockchain. And this is why I think it will be a collectible. Because if the internet is telling the truth, and this has been a hex that I put on the Leafs, the person that buys this will have on blockchain proof that they were the one who bought it and made me delete it from the universe. And so the only copy that will exist is the one that you own, that you buy for like as little as like $5. Like it doesn't, I'm not saying it's going to cost you $1,000. So
is it a bidding process?
I believe so. I don't know. I've never had someone buy my tweet. That's actually mostly why I want this to happen. I think this is the right tweet for it, and I don't know how it works exactly. I know it's for sale right now. So
it's been minted, like it's been officiated as an entity on the blockchain.
Yes, and then I sign it digitally somehow. But I haven't done this process yet. So I mostly just want to see how this works. I also think it could be a collectible. It's one of one. I can't sell it again. So once it's sold, you own the only one. I'm going to delete the one that is on the Twitter app itself, so no one will ever see it again, except you will own the real thing, and you will be responsible for reversing this hex and allowing the Maple Leafs to have a great second half of the season.
Who touches the puck first, or the cup first? Is it Larry Tannenbaum? Is it John Tavares, or is it the person that bought your tweet on blockchain?
I think I could get the person that buys it on blockchain at least into the line, like probably with the scouts and stuff. But I'll get you in there somewhere. I mean, have you guys talked with this? Like, it must go Joe. If the Leafs ever won, it would go Tavares to Thornton, right? And then to Spezza, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe Spezza over Thornton only because Spezza's been there longer, but Thornton's been the better player.
No, it usually goes to the guy who's like most suffered. Like, it went to Ray Bourque second, like when Colorado won.
Right.
I think Jumbo, it would go Tavares to Thornton.
Wow.
Tavares, Thornton, then maybe should it be like Spezza, Simmons, then the Leafs crew, which should start with Riley because he's been there the longest.
Yeah, he would be ahead of those guys. I mean, there's a whole hockey reason to this. I mean, where does Taylor Hall fit in? That's the only thing I'm wondering. So
that's a good question.
Oh,
where
you heard it here first.
Hey, Chris, what about Eric Stahl? Where does he fit in?
Okay, you're getting a little greedy now.
Oh, I want Eric Stahl bad. I think he'd fit perfectly on the Leafs.
Adam, that's a weird way to pronounce Matthias Ekholm.
And Victor Arvidsson.
Yeah, what the hell? Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Too.
Why not?
Well, Chris, we love you. Thank you so much for joining us. It's good to see your face.
Yeah, great to see you guys. And I'm sorry to any Leafs fans out there. I swear to you, I'm not trying to put any, bad juju in the air. I just, just ease off my timeline. My dad might read that.
Never happens.
Some guy tweeted, Chris Johnston is not going to get into heaven, and I'm okay with that. Like, that's some guy wrote that.
That's a funny guy.
That's funny. Hey, Chris, thanks so much, man.